In 2005, Louisiana faced the devastating results of Hurricane Katrina. 18 years later, locals are still facing the repercussions. Reporter Morgan Charles is in the studio with more.
Though Katrina was an absolute travesty, its record numbers taught professionals lessons that are used to save lives today. On Monday morning, August 29, 2005, Hurricane Katrina made landfall as a large Category 4 hurricane along the Gulf Coast in southeast Louisiana. With winds over 145 miles per hour, it was like anything Louisiana had ever encountered.
And the problem with its making landfall that close to that maximum wind speed time is the storm surge that hit New Orleans and the Mississippi region. Because of that lack of time, it led to massive surges that exceeded far beyond what the Army Corps of Engineers thought would happen. Whatever we had built up for levee systems were not enough to withstand it, which is why it led to levees breaking and water spilling into the city.
New Orleans residents were forced to evacuate their homes. Many sought shelter here on LSU's campus. The Pete Maravich Assembly Center transformed to a place for food, shelter, and rehabilitation as doctors and civilians alike did their part to aid in relief.
I think that's really, one of the smart approaches to emergency management is looking at the resources that you have available and sort of leveraging those and harnessing those.
Louisiana is still feeling the effects of this catastrophic event as some parts of New Orleans are underwater and others have yet to be cleaned up. With Baton Rouge's population doubling overnight, the city still has yet to recover from the economic crisis Katrina caused. As we move through this year, professors knowledgeable in hurricanes tell us more about what dangers are posed for this upcoming hurricane season.
We kind of have a system for the Gulf of Mexico that suggests there is maybe about 7 named storms total in the Gulf of Mexico. That would be compared to about 3.7 is our average. So even for the Gulf, we're looking at an above average year.
Dr. Barry Keem says this hurricane season could be longer than previous years.
Data clearly support the fact that hurricane seasons are getting longer. They're coming earlier in the season and they're arriving a little bit later in the season. We're seeing more change on the front end of the season, and that's since 1970.
No matter what the rest of this hurricane season may bring, remember to always have a plan of action for when disaster strikes. Visit LSU's Office of Emergency Preparedness on their website for more info on how you can stay safe.